women, the what? Black women for political
One black woman.
We got more than 100.
The Faith Advisory Council. Pastors of Oakland. Hands Helping Hands. And of course, all of our media partner, the Post newspaper group. We appreciate the candidates for coming to express their views and let us know where they're coming from relative to our issues, and we appreciate the concern of all of you to come out and ask the questions that bring it home, ask the questions that tie in to the principles of the 100 Black men of the Bay Area and our partners with us. With that said, I'd like to bring up the 100 Black men's chaplain, the pastor of BB Memorial Church, Reverend Brother Kelly Hayes.
Let us bow our heads where we are. Gracious and eternal God, we come here tonight to not only to hear, but to discern. You know the situation of our city, you understand it.
Thank you, Frank. It is an honor that I come before you tonight. I am a resident of Oakland and lived here for many years. I've confronted some of the public policy issues, particularly those of public safety. And I understand how important it is to have a mayor who is actually involved with the various issues that confront the city, and certainly a person who has some vision about, one, what the nature of the problem, and number two, some sense about how to go about solving the problem. So hopefully tonight we will allow the various candidates an opportunity to share with you their vision about the future of the city and how they will go about trying to put the city in a place of positiveness and long-range future accomplishments. So with that, let me just discuss briefly how the process will work. As it is indicated, we have the candidates before us, but we also have a number of organizations that have been listed here. Each organization will have an opportunity to ask the candidates a question. I will indicate to the candidates who will answer that particular question. And we'll go round and round until each organization has had an opportunity to ask perhaps 5 questions. And then the host will then ask a series of questions. And then after that, at some point, I will entertain questions from the audience, and I will ask those questions. These questions of my own. Hopefully all that will focus up the issues in ways that the response will be more than just dumb speeches, but we have clear analysis. You get a sense that they've given some thought to the complicated issues that are before us. To the candidates, I would say to you that you will have an opportunity first to give an opening statement. We will go with that. And in that opening statement, we would like to hear what your qualifications are, why you think you're qualified to be mayor, and then secondly, what you hope to accomplish if you are selected as mayor. You will have 2 minutes to do that. And later, when the questions are asked of you, you will have approximately 90 seconds to respond. Now, unlike the last time, I'm not going to be the one that's going to hammer down on you unless I have to. But we do have some cards here, and you should be mindful of these cards. 30 seconds means that's how much time you got left. 15 seconds means you should wrap. And stop means you should stop. No, then I will interfere and cause you to stop. But hopefully we won't have that problem. All of your experience debaters have been involved in this before. You surely have a sense of what time needs. And time management is also important if you want to be the next mayor, I would think. So we're going to start the process now. And we will do that by allowing the candidates to come forward. And we'll start from left to right. Introduce yourself. And you have 90 seconds. One addition. Let me introduce the host. Let's go starting right there.
Good evening, everybody. I'm sure Mr. Tucker will apologize to you and to me for not recognizing the fact that the Oakland African American Chamber of Commerce is here. And with that, my name is Mayor Edwards, and I will be representing the Oakland African American Chamber of Commerce.
Good evening. My name is Kimberly Mayfield Lynch, and I am the president of the Oakland Berkeley chapter of BWAPA, which stands for Black Women Organized for Political Action.
Hey.
Good evening. I'm here representing the National Coalition of 100 Black Women, Oakland Bay Area chapter, and my name is Diane Hills.
Good evening. My name is Gerald Agee. I'm the pastor of Friendship Christian Center International and the president of the pastors of Oakland.
Good evening. My name is Paul Cobb, and I'm the publisher of the Post News Group, which includes the Post and El Mundo newspapers.
All right.
Thank you. Now we will start with the candidates introducing themselves and taking 2 minutes to tell us why they're qualified, they think they're qualified, and what their vision is for the city if they're elected.
Mic check, okay. How y'all doing today?
All right.
All right, my name is Jason Anderson. I'm a 7-year military veteran. I come from a very large family, born and raised in West Oakland, California. My family moved here in the Great Migration in 1943. I come from a solid family background. I have a wonderful, strong mother and a very big family to draw information from. But beyond that, I went out and experienced the world on my own. I joined the military at 20 years old. Went on 2 deployments in the Mediterranean, learned how to work with different people, different cultures, and different backgrounds. The Navy is a multicultural organization. A lot of different people from different countries join the Navy. So I kind of have an understanding of how the world works. I learned at a very early age that you have to work in a team in order to be successful. There's no such thing as an I, because when you're on a ship, you have to depend on each other for your life, for your safety, and for your welfare. When I got out the military, well, luckily my job in the military, I got what was called a rate, which was a lithographer, which that means is a printer. Some of the greatest figures in history, Benjamin Franklin, Marcus Garvey, were printers. This has taught me how to actually analyze information and make decisions so that when I mass produce it, it doesn't send out the wrong information to people. As I use that information, that knowledge as a printer, to continue to work in media when I got out of the military. And because of that knowledge, I was able to become what they say is a spokesman for Occupy Oakland, which is not really a spokesman. There was no spokespeople. But I became a person that actually knew how to get things done through media and through representing people that's in front of me. So with that being said, because my time is short, I will say that my vision for Oakland is to create a multicultural, progressive movement that has worldwide influence, because Oakland is a worldwide city. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Courtney Ruby, and I'm the elected city auditor, and I'm honored to be on this dais tonight running for mayor of Oakland. Let's just tell it like it is. Oakland is the best city in the Bay Area. We have everything that we need to succeed right now, but we have something holding us back, and that is the mess that we call Oakland city government that needs to be fixed. I'm an auditor. I know how to get results. In fact, I've done it already. I've taken a troubled agency and I've made it a model of accountability, transparency, and results. From one of the worst to one of the best, it can be done. I've done it in the auditor's office, and I can do it in City Hall. I know what needs to be done. I know that if we start with public safety, everything will be easier from there. We need to use our savings from smart budgeting and being accountable to hire more police officers. We need to bring businesses here so that we have economic opportunities. And we need to support our schools so that our children have a safe and bright future. I'm a leader of a city agency, but my most important job is being a mother. I am the mother of two incredible boys who I want to raise in Oakland to be strong, successful, safe men. They deserve, we all deserve, a city government that is as great as our city. That's why I'm here, and that's why I'm asking for your support. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I guess that's me. I'm Pat McCullough. I started off as a poor little baby born on the kitchen table in Chicago. My parents had full of hope in all of us. I was born right after the Kansas Topeka Board of Education case was decided. Shortly, a few weeks after Emmett Till was killed, he was another neighborhood boy, born just living just a few blocks from where I was born. And I know what it's like to be a black youth and then a black man growing up, not getting the advantages that you think you need to succeed. I remember walking around the streets trying to figure out what is it that I can do to have a good life for myself. Where can I get help for that? Who will allow me to come in once I decide what it is I want to do? Well, I spent all my time in Chicago learning. I even got kicked out of school, so-called suspended, for being involved in riots back in '68 and '69. And instead of just being stupid, I decided to go spend all my time in the libraries and museums until I went back to school again over a year later. I went on with my friends who were older than me to community college, even though I was only 16. So when I joined the Navy at 18, I already had 2 years of college under my belt, and I had a good idea of what it is I wanted to do. I watched just enough television that I can see enough of the world outside of where I was living to kind of pick a spot for myself. One of those spots was as an electronics technician. I was a big fan of Mission Impossible, and I liked that guy Barney, and I said, I want to know what he knows. I want to be able to do what he does. I didn't want to be a spy, but I know all the electronic stuff. Well, since I've been in Oakland, I've developed a family here. I met my wife when I was a single man, very happy, and decided, I looked around and saw the plight of black families and decided, now's the time to make a stand and develop a family. Now, my 18-year-old son is going away to school in New York, and we're very happy. Thank you.
Thank everyone for coming out today. Thank my fellow candidates. When I grew up in New York City, my grandmom said, talk is cheap. Judge someone by what they do. 1965, I went south. KKK. That's how I got started in the movement for social justice. I came out to Berkeley in 1967 because Berkeley was Berkeley. Became involved in the civil rights movement there and the Vietnam War movement. Since I graduated from law school and got my license in 1973, I've been a full-time civil rights lawyer, fighting cases of employment discrimination all over the United States. In recent years, taking on cases of police abuse. That's my record. How will I use that record? We will create, number one, a police department that protects people's lives, property, and their constitution. But I understand, you understand, that we cannot We need to make commitments to social economic justice, support our young people, cover all the benefits of members of our society. Our city schools are a mess. 50% of African American children graduate from high school within 4 years. We need to change that. We need to do job training. We need preschool programs for all 3- and 4-year-olds. We need after-school programs that really work. But we need to focus on jobs. Best safety program is a good job. I will work to create training institutes at Laney College for the hospitality industry. I will help set up worker co-ops to do good well-paying blue-collar work, for example, installing solar power throughout the city, and I will spearhead a plan to create 5,000 housing units in the city of Oakland that can be purchased for $60,000 to $80,000. Thank you.
Thank you. Housekeeping matters will go. Turn the mic off when you're not talking, because it's being recorded, and when all the mics are on, it's creating confusion for the short time. Okay? So next, Brian.
Good evening. I'm Brian Parker. I'm one of your court commissioners. I'd like to say thank you to the 100 Black Men and all the hosts for putting on this event. I want to start with a story of me walking and ending the day in Sobroni Park. I happened on these two girls, 120 and 118, Tanya and her sister. And at the end of the day, I communicated to them that I was running for mayor. And I said, as mayor, what can I do for you? They looked at me, and one of them, Tanya, said, I'd like a GED, a job, and I'd like to be safe in my community. These are basic things that we should be offering people, and in my mind, these are signals of a broken city hall, marked by a turnstile of administrators and police chiefs. I want to fight for Tanya and all the people of Oakland to unite around one Oakland. Being raised by a single mom out in Stockton taught me something about fighting. We know from the movie Waiting for Superman that there's no mythical hero waiting to arrive. As our president said, we are the we that we've been waiting